this will be the last part of this I get to go through. I told my mother I was going to do this, and after I found out that these bones was in my spine, and where the other neurologist told me I'd never be able to have an operation again, and now I want these bones removed. I want to be alive in order to sell my home and have them straightened out. Mom said, well, he could sue me, he could do whatever. Like I said to her, he's already taken everything away from me. He's taken away my life. On my good days, I'm up. And then there's my bad days, I'm in bed. Sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours a day. Just to try to get rid of some of the pain. The pills just don't work at time. I was up to see my kidney specialist. And here the other week, he had to put me to sleep. I've had numerous problems with my bladder. When I left him, I had 3 more types of medication for me to go on, along with all the others. Actually, I'm losing my teeth. The drugs are killing me. And what this man has put me through, you know, I sat and I waited in that waiting room when he told me that he would finally see me. When I got a letter, I think it was in the mail, he made me sit there and wait for 5 hours. And when he finally took me in, he informed me he didn't make phone calls, and I told him I made a phone call to find out what I would be. Is this the stage that I'm in? A friend of mine was a doctor, and he kept after me and after me. Dr. Holness shut right up. He didn't say a word. Anyway, the only other thing he said to me, he says, I brought you in here to make you better. I made you worse. So long. I'm leaving the country for 6 months to a year. You got a problem? Go see your family doctor. That was it. That was it. I went out in the hall. I couldn't stand up straight. And he turned around and I looked at him and I said, why in the hell didn't you let me die? If you didn't know how to do the surgery, why did you do it? They did a video of it. They told me, they told my mother, my sister, yeah, I was going to be able to see it. I never did see it. That disappeared all of a sudden. He lied. I went to the College of Physicians and Surgeons so many times over the years. They're absolutely useless. I had a phone call I made there, and anyway, one of the women that worked there, she couldn't put it on paper, she'd lose her job, but on the phone she told me what he did was not right. And I understood where she was coming from. She said about going in maybe political way and see what could be done. Well, I've tried. I've got all the papers to the Premier, to the Minister of Health, the CEO of the hospital, everything. All of me download so much. I've got the rest of it here. But this man should not be operating. My medical expenses are high. I do get a little bit of help from government services. I have home care that comes in once a week to help me. This house isn't hard to clean or anything, but my family doctor said no, and due to my condition, he would make arrangements, and he did, in order to have home care come in. I get some help through Medicare and my drugs. I travel an hour to see my doctor, and that's another reason why the house has to sell. I'm traveling. This tires me, I'm always tired. I have a beautiful home here. And if I had have known all of this was going to happen, I would have never rebuilt this place. I would have taken the money and I would have enjoyed it. Now I live in misery because of what this man, so-called doctor, did. They wouldn't go after him because he was the head of neurosurgery for the province. Last year he was still working, he's semi-retired. He can go out, enjoy his life. How many other people has this man disabled? One guy I do know here, he went to him and he said to me, he says, Dr. Holness thinks he's God. And I said, yeah, he does. Well, I hope to hell. I never wish this on any person, not my worst enemy. But for you, Dr. Holness, I couldn't give a damn if you died tomorrow. You've taken my life away from me. I do my oil paintings. My family, my kids are away. I want to be able to see my grandchildren grow up. And I'll never see that. If I live long enough to see this house gone, yeah, I want to be able to spend some time with my children, grandchildren. But I don't like them seeing me in pain. I have some really good friends to help me out. My family know I don't want any of them around. They're useless. They all want their hands out. If I was to die tomorrow, none of them come to my funeral. I don't want any of them. I love my nieces and nephews. But as for, they have misused me all my life, just like you did. I tell my mother something and she thinks I'm lying to her. Anyway, Shelburne's got to go, the house has got to go. My executors to my will, I can't leave them the responsibility of selling my home. I'm trying my damnedest to stay here and stay alive, to be comfortable, in order to sell my home. Anyway, I guess that's it. Come after me. I really don't care what you do to me. You've already did it. May you rot in hell like the rest of them.